Okay, y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? If you don't know who I am, you could just call me Corrosive, and we're back at it with another adventure time. You know, if you haven't saw my last video, I entered a new kingdom, and with new kingdom comes new tasks and hopefully new adventures. But really, the main reason why I'm even in this area is to buy a house here again, cause kind of want to farm the area. But I can't farm without any quests, right? So I'm trying to find quests to kind of fit my goal of grinding, right? Also, a little bit of a change up. I lose basically all of my current pawns, except for the one that I made, obviously. And I revamped the team, and I even get a new vocation before I go exploring, right? So I'm gonna show you guys where to buy the house in this kingdom, the kingdom of battle, or the kingdom of sand, or the kingdom of jumping, whatever you want to call this place. All of them fit.
Is not a friendly place
King of
for
the land of poison.
Each
Everything's
gaze we
poisonous
encounter
here,
feels
you know.
more unjustly vicious
But
than
we're
the
here.
last.
We're here to vibe. We're here to buy a house
Take
here,
heart.
because again,
But we are
got
fulfilling
to
our duty at the Arisen's side.
gotta
We have
get it.
naught to be
Especially if
ashamed
I want to farm here and not waste 9k every time I'm here. Again, I'm just trying to look for that old lady tiger that I spoke to before. If you didn't see that part, go see my first Adventure Time video.
Would you like to purchase a dwelling of your own here in Batal?
Uh,
Wise decision, sir. Here you are, dear.
So yeah, this one isn't really. There's no really set plan for this. I'm just kind of trying to explore unknown parts of the map to see, what I can get and what I find. Again, just being a little towely, Yeah, I'm just crafting, looking through all my stuff, dropping some stuff off. I'm gonna just cut to the action. Alright, so after some mild exploring the town, trying to make sure that I can't get that elemental imprint on my weapon, I decide to go straight to vocations and see what the new one was. I got a new one, and honestly, it looked pretty exciting. When I read the name, I was thinking of Shaco from League of Legends, and I had to give it a try, you know what I mean? I don't know what compelled me to go up here, but I am up here now. And boom, there you go. There is the vocation guy.
Hoy, no need to overthink it. You can change it on a...
And I'm changing it on a whim, as he said, into the trickster class. I'm genuinely, when I click the button, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be able to poison people and do like funny pranks on monsters, maybe even possess monsters, stuff like that. As I read the instructions, it does say that there's some minor possession in the class, in the vocation. So it is an exciting, interesting vocation, but you'll see as I explore it in actual combat the pitfalls of it, and I'm gonna skip to that now. Yeah, with the new vocation, I had to visit my favorite spot in the kingdom, and it's funny enough near a body of water. The water sign's always got to be near water, am I right, guys and girls? But yeah, I'm just trying to test out the vocation, see what it can do, see what it can't do. Rethink our strategy? Huh? This was also, this battle actually showed me that I might actually have to change my team as well, which is a little unfortunate because after I lost the assassin cat, just trying to get back to this kingdom, like my whole team synergy felt off, and I was just like, man.
Masterfully done.
That summoning for the spirit takes so long to do in fight, but once you get it out and it actually starts doing its job, it's kind of hilarious. You'll be able to see more of what it can do later in this video. But one thing that I can say about this vocation that I don't like is the fact that it does no damage and that fights are aggressively
I hope you weren't
prolonged,
expecting mercy.
which I don't really appreciate, because in this area, the longer you take to kill something, the more likelihood something's gonna appear to join in on the fray. And don't get me wrong, the vocation is in and of itself is fun when you can kill everything quickly. But once it's prolonged, again, I have an example near the end of the video of what I'm talking about. It can get really irritating, frustrating. I feel like to change this vocation, maybe give it like some percent damage, just to make it a little bit more in your hands and less in your pawn's hands. Because again, you guys are gonna see I get into this big fight, and it's a pretty epic fight, and something happens to make it even more epic. And you know, once you're at a certain level, you kind of just want all the materials you can get from these kind of epic monsters, right? And I lose out on that opportunity, not because I was playing it poorly. It was simply because it took too long, and I was doing no damage. My pawns stopped doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it's just kind of like a shit show. It just turned into a shit show. A perfectly well executed plan turns into a shit show when you don't have the right amount of time, right? Or if you prolong what you're trying to do for too long, right? So I basically just following this interesting path here, right? And I see like this little den that I want to make a house. If I could have made this into my own private dwelling, I would have, but that's not an option. I think that'd be an interesting option too, to give people like the opportunity to make like these random caves and stuff they find, camps that they can go back to, maybe even teleport to. Again, but that's only if the devs want to tweak this and make it like a DLC thing. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, craft, guys, craft. That's how you survive long adventures. That's why you be seeing me every time I'm on an adventure. I'm always picking up plants, picking up fruits, eating the dragons, you know, eating the griffins, you know how much I like my lemon pepper griffin wings, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, going into the cave, I'm just really hoping to find some more like different monsters. That's the only thing I really hope for in these new areas. Just trying to find different monsters, not different elements of the same monster that I've already found. I feel like it just gets a little too predictable, especially because you fight them once and they all have the same weakness. Some, like the ones I fought earlier, some might have enhanced durability, but the weakness is still the same. And then look, I find the guy from the evil Sith Lord from Star Wars that you fight in one of the newer Star Wars adventure games. I forgot what the name of it was, and I played it. I played the first version of it. I want to say it's the Lost Order. You play as like this orange-haired Jedi who escaped the Jedi Order because his teacher had like saved him, threw him out of a plane or something. I can't remember the story very well. It was a long time. But like he looked like the exact same Sith Lord that you have to fight near the end. You know what I'm saying? With he had the dual lightsabers and everything. He looked the exact same. So I'm thinking he's Dragonborn. Obviously he has something to do with the dragon, because everything about this guy has something to do with a dragon, right? So good food for thought for those who play this game and they haven't found this guy yet. He's right here, man. Come talk to him, upgrade your stuff with him. They probably give you some extra buffs and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna mine this, and then yeah, I'm gonna cut to more adventure. Alright, so I'm back. I changed up my team, and now I'm looking for a skedaddle, right? I gotta see what this location can do in group combat, right? Because it's gonna be the whole crux of the areas to come. I feel is gonna be a bunch of group battles. I'm trying to figure out how to possess the monsters on the field, so that way I can, add them to my repertoire. If I can, again, cause as much chaos as possible while my pawns do their thing, I feel like is gonna be great, right? But yeah, like right now these monsters, Hazel will just kind of maul them. All I have to do is be a good distraction, you know. And so that's my job right now as the trickster of the group, is just to soak up aggro. And I think I start doing it pretty well by my third fight.
Shame I've no advantage against you both. Are we all in the same boat? Excellent. I could have done no better. What am I done for?
Bro, shocking, isn't it?
Focus your strength, Arisen.
Yeah, I just wonder what was the devs' idea on making this location do like 0 damage. I get if it has like incredibly reduced damage, but doing 0, in my opinion, just doesn't make sense given the combat of the game. Like, okay, so say you're just a random Joe and you're just looking at all the vocations, right? And you see that this vocation does 0 damage, right? You're like, the average person isn't gonna want to partake in this vocation, right? There's no plus side, you know, unless you're a hooligan like me and you want to try everything, right? There's no real reason to get even involved in this vocation because of that crippling downside of, hey, you do no damage, you do nothing in the fight other than soak up aggro, right? Which is cool if you're of you have the tutelage of people who strategize battle, right? But you know, not everybody wants to think about the combat so intently, you know, in that kind of way. You know, you kind of just want to face roll, experience the game for what it is, and you know, play your game, right? And again, the easier vocations that do big damage, that really incorporate or that really have impact in the battle is what I mean to say, are I feel like what people gravitate towards, right? The strategic vocation to an intellectual sounds nice. It sounds very interesting. It's intriguing. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, I like the vocation, but again, not doing damage is just so hindering. Like, you can be a strategist and do damage, right? Like, in this vocation, I kind of wanted there to be a skill that does poison damage or like status effects, right? Because it all kind of can play into this kind of like incense burning priestess kind of play style that you kind of have to be, you know what I'm saying? Or you kind of have to embody, right? Annoying priestess guy that's throwing gas in your face. Like, I low-key think a Caustic from Apex, right? He's throwing gas the entire time and nobody wants to be in it. But these monsters, you know, I'm farting in their face and they're like, you know what, cool, you know, I don't give, you know, I don't care, bro, I'm here, you know. But again, these are my first few battles. Near the end of the video, you start seeing like what this vocation can really do, because obviously I start learning from these battles, start getting better. But again, like, if this game was to get one patch, I would hope that this vocation getting damage in that patch, because I feel like this vocation could be great. It could definitely be better, you know, and it could rival the other vocations just by doing either damage, some damage, or applying more ailments. I feel like that'd be really sick. Kind of like a voodoo doctor-esque kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? But again, that could be a new vocation in and of itself, and an evolution of this one. But again, these are ideas that I wonder if the devs, if there is going to be the DLC for this game, if they explore, right? You guys see it right now, right? Like, this battle is getting kind of wild, right? Everybody wilding out. People are jumping in the fight like, oh my god, he threw a chair, I'm getting in there too, right? And I'm over here, you know, doing what it do, throwing sand in everybody's eyes, like, all right guys, chill, you know what I'm saying? But again, I only got one shadow clone to take all this aggro, right? And don't get me wrong, that shadow clone do stay for a grip, but I don't know, man. In these group battles, it gets kind of sticky. And this, like, again, I get like I start freaking out because I'm realizing in these battles, hey yo, I'm not doing any damage, bro. So again, I'm just trying to be good aggro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to soak up all the aggro. You know what I'm saying? And if my job is to literally just soak up as much aggro as possible, I feel like there should be. I haven't maxed out the location in this video, but I get really close. There should be some way for me to heal the shadow clone and or increase its durability, right? I'm not gonna spoil any of the abilities that I've seen at the end of this video, but I've seen some of the vocation's other skills, and it's all about possession, right? Which is cool, but like I feel like there should be more, because the possession isn't permanent, right? And if the monster is mid and it dies instantly, I gotta try and in the heat of battle possess another monster, which isn't that hard, especially now that I understand how the vocation works. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like giving option to the vocation, I don't know, might make it better in my opinion. Cause look, I got the aggro now. I got all the aggro, right? All the aggro on me right now. But I do no damage. So what's the point? Like I take normal damage too. Like I don't even have like an ability that reduces damage for me particularly, even though my job is to take aggro. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to help in this instance other than being a sponge, right? So might as well be a sponge with thorns. That's what I think anyway. But like, again, this is not how the vocation works, and you're gonna see me. I'm gonna do what it do. I'm not trying to lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. But I do think I died. Oh, hey, Hazel, my dog, for real. I'm telling you. She threw that dog too. But yeah, this is why I maxed her out and I did not change her vocation, because somebody got to know what they're doing. This entire time, I'm hoping that shadow clone that I left is actually doing its due diligence here, but I generally just don't know in this skirmish, right? Again, everybody walling out, homies calling more homies, and I'm like, hey, listen. Okay, so I'm still learning, right? I did not know that was actually just like putting the aggro on me.
Where did I put that little treasure I found? Not bad. Glad to be of service.
All right, carries back up. It's looking winnable. It's looking winnable. It's looking doable. But again, that whole strategic mindset is really coming into play here specifically. Because again, it's a lot of enemies, right? Got to juggle a lot of different aggro. I'm not trying to let my team take too much damage, because again, they're my main source of DPS. Like again, like say he had the instant thing and he had like a poison dagger. You know what I'm saying? And he could just stab and do poison damage and like do like back turn damage type stuff, you know, more like intricacies that play off of you taunting somebody correctly with the clone, right? Like,
lest we meet a similar fate.
I don't want to say that this vocation was a missed opportunity, but it like understanding the way you want to apply the combat, it really does feel like it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I still like the vocation, don't get me wrong. And I went through this whole journey with only one ability. This whole recording was only with one ability and my shadow clone, right? And then the people I brought with me. So this is like I feel like I show the max capability with the beginner stuff, right? I figure out I can summon the thing whenever I want.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
I'm
Let us
happy
hope
that my
your
pawns are
curiosity
actually
will be
picking up
rewarded.
stuff now, and I don't have to like
Might
delegate.
there be port over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
Oh look, ooh la la.
Now here's a surprise.
Hey, anybody
Thrill
who
of
didn't find
discovery
that, you're
never
welcome.
gets old.
You're welcome.
I'll
I
have to
have
remember to tell my own
in
master
total
about
now
this.
7 or 8. So like it's nothing to boast about, but I'm almost at 10. So at 10 they give you something new, I think. I think.
I'll wager I could make
But yeah,
that shot.
we're
got
we're
quite
right
the
now
hunter's
cosplaying Cosmo when he was pregnant with Poof. I'm lost, I'm happy, and I'm lost.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Yeah, like they keep talking about getting different pawns, and trust me, as soon as I get some better, I got some better ones. I got rid of them so fast. Like with I had the cat pawn,
Such a
right, and she knew a
magnificent
lot about
tapestry of
the
stone.
whole like
Tis as you
Melv
say.
area, and I just found that infinitely more useful because again, if I didn't know the area, she would lead me to places I didn't see, and she also led me to more places to explore, right? So again, information very useful in this game, but I don't know, I like some elements of surprise. What do you the Dragon's Dogma community think about pawns that know more than them? Do they enjoy that, or do they specifically get pawns that don't know as much? Like I got the cat pawn after I discovered most places in Melv, so all she really did was help me find like maybe like two more chests that were in higher places that I didn't like look up to notice. Like physically look up, not like YouTube, Google, because I know some people do that for these kinds of games. Oh, hold on there, big fella. I've never seen a wolf that big before. Not in this game, anyway. I think he's about to explode, man. Back up! He's gonna blow! Oh my god! Oh my god! He went straight to Narnia. That's correct. That was a crisp clap. I really do
I
enjoy
lack
that spell.
information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Bro. And the crazy thing is, she don't need to know nothing for what we're doing. She just gotta swing that sword, you feel me? Or shoot them arrows.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your
Does
hour of
anyone
need, Master.
know the reference?
Knowing when to use curatives is my
Dig the
specialty.
hole digger. Shoot the arrows, arrow shooter. that's literally what you're here for. Oh my god.
Ready to tackle today's adventures, Arisen? I'm full of vim myself.
I had an instant thing that changes your
We are to
pawn,
scour for the grimoires on Miss.
and I thought I got to
Nag for
choose the
gathering
voice,
items, and speak your will, and I'll.
and I couldn't, and so now I'm kind of upset because her voice now is no bueno. Wait, I'm gonna get used to it. Hopefully, her personality that probably changed to is
A good
decent.
sleep does wonders. Off we go then.
But hey, we're
Feeling
on
rested,
the
I
road
trust?
again to do what? To get lost and find some treasure, bruh. Again, we need more money because I need a new weapon. Because if my weapon increases something like the amount of taunt damage or defense, or like that's something I'm curious on too. Is like what
I'm afraid
if
I'm
my weapon does
unfamiliar
0
with the
damage?
matter at hand.
Then what's the point in
Perhaps
getting a
we
new
should
one?
have a more
It does
knowledgeable pawn
like
join our party.
Does it increase the duration of the shadow clone? Does it increase my stamina because I have to use a lot of stamina to enact these spells? Like, I wonder how the weapon is going to be conducive to combat.
When tarred, be sure to avoid open flame.
Oh, look! I hear the boogeyman. Is he coming to get me? Let's see. Again, never be on the main road. Why? Because everybody on the main road gets jumped. So be smarter. See, look. Look. I hear
You
something.
have my protection.
Oh. Look, everybody in a scuffle, and you know what's most pressing on my mind? This rock, shiny rock that I saw a mile away. Why isn't it activating? I don't know.
It is our first time here. Be vigilant. We do not yet know what to expect.
Just think! We might be on the cusp of a new adventure.
Oh, this is a new adventure, for sure, right? And then the cave leads to nowhere. I was ready to go to Narnia. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to fight a lion in a wardrobe that was owned by a witch. Darn it, right? And then was this the boogeyman that was chasing me? I don't know. But now he got his ancestors' ashes in his face, so hopefully that made him angry.
Not every local.
You know, out of curiosity, right? Does my auto attacks also imply the taunt? Because if my auto attacks don't do anything, and it's just an animation, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, again, this was the thing is going through my mind, right, as I'm learning this vocation. Like, if it does 0 damage and it doesn't have a stat effect, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just an animation. I'm literally just telling them to smell this cypress that I have burning in this thing real quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of silly. All right. So now we are back on the road to where nobody knows, but I'll let you know when we find it. Okay. I feel like this is equivalent to like hiking, right? And you see like there are 2 different paths on the trail, right? One's for like the more experienced, and the other one's for like beginners, right? For me, I'm such a goofball. I'm always the one to go on the more experienced one, even if this is like my first time on the trail. I'm just kind of like, fuck it, you know. Why else would we here for, you know? Bro, he tooting his horn like crazy, man. I started thinking of this one movie. I forget. I think it was like The End of the World or something like that, and it had like a bunch of like comedians, right? I think like Zach Galifianakis. There's this one. I think Mariah Carey was in the movie too, right? And in the movie, they were trying to exorcise their fat friend, right? Because the world's going to an end, and like demons and stuff are descending upon the earth and stuff like that. So every time I'm hitting these people in the face with this dust, right, I'm thinking to myself, the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. And then, like, since I do no damage, I just in my mind I hear the monster say, "Oh, the power of Christ compels me." Really? The power of Christ? It's not that compelling. It's just goofy. You know what I'm saying? It's very silly. But this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier about fights not taking too long, right? Luckily, this monster doesn't have specific spots that I need to hit to do damage, right? So the battle goes by pretty smoothly, right? But you guys are gonna see throughout this adventure that not every battle is something you can win, right? Especially if your vocation isn't suited for it.
Forgive me for being a burden arisen.
Look, I'm just throwing sand on him, man. You know, I feel like how Rashid felt when he was first learning his fighting style. You know what I'm saying? Just kicking sand at this dude's midsection, hoping that it hurts, and it does nothing. What was that one movie? It was like a bunch of dads. They had a they had they joined a motorcycle group because they're all having a midlife crisis. Was it Wild Hogs, something like that? It was a real American movie. And the dads get into this bar fight, right? Or a biker fight, right? Because these legit bikers are trying to steal their homeboys, like a real classic old ass bike, right? And so they get into a fight, right? They're losing bad, right? And one of the main dads, right, falls into a bed of sand, right? He gets the sand, throws it at one of the bikers, and it hits the biker in the crotch. And he's like, I didn't mean to do that. That's how I feel, but I mean to do it. You know what I'm saying? I have no choice. What hit me? Phantom? Hey, but he's dead now.
I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
He's dead now.
Surely not.
Was that satisfying? No. Why? Because I didn't do it. He just kind of fell. Oops. He fell down for real. And he's not getting back up. But yeah, we're back on the road. You know, to where? Excitement, adventure. Oh god, there's a dog. Listen! Ah! I'm like, did the dog kill himself? What the dog doing? What the heck? Ain't no way. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Ah, here we go. I'm getting aggro and I didn't even activate the aggro. You know what I'm saying? I just walk up and they're like, hey, can I hit this guy? I'm gonna hit this guy.
That was incredible. Never have I encountered such a strategy.
Surely not.
Bro, again, like if this vocation job is only to be a sponge, they need to like give this. I haven't maxed out the vocation, so they might have done this, but I'm at the end of this recording, I get to level 6 vocation, so like you're not gonna be surprised, you know, at like 8, 9 is where you get your like ultimate skill, right? Where you feel like the biggest badass in the West, right? So, you know, I haven't seen anything to really increase my defense duration. I haven't seen any increased side effects that I can employ into my strategy. So yeah, like I saw some things to where yeah, it feels like this vocation is a joke, you know, it's supposed to be a joke, it's supposed to be funny. Like I saw some of the abilities that could make this vocation funny and be a joke, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, like not to spoil it, right? But I don't want to have to be near a ledge every single time to enjoy the vocation. I don't want to say it's like being a clown and only knowing one joke. Are you a clown, or are you just a guy that knows one joke? You know what I mean? Clowns employ many ways of, you know, pulling pranks and making the ha ha hee hee, you know. And if like again, I think Ashako, he has one idea, right, which is the fear tactic, right? But it can be employed in many different ways. In this particular vocation, I can't see many avenues to employ his way of making the joke other than
I know precisely
a ledge,
when
like you had saw with
needed,
the
Master.
big baby that
You'll
fell,
never fall
you
in
know.
battle so long
Rest in
as
peace
I'm
to
a
the baby.
foe.
But
We are
like,
to
you know,
scour for the grimoires on
he just kind of he just kind of fell
I'm
down for
back
real,
for
and
gathering
you know he
items.
ain't getting back up.
And
So
you are in good health, I trust, Arith.
and to be honest, not everybody's near a cliff all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like you can't like teleport the clone, right? You have to kind of walk to where you want the clone to be and teleport the clone there, right? So there's like a nuance to it, to where it's like it's not
well?
as like immediate gratification of the joke, you know what I mean? Again, I just want I would like this vocation to have more status effects, to where you can apply more jokes. Like say you burn an incense to make monsters fall asleep. You can burn incense to paralyze. The clone has kind of like an AoE effect that implies the ailment that you're trying to do. You know, maybe the taunt effect that's inherent to the evocation stays as a permanent effect. You just can add a second ailment to your taunt. You know what I'm saying? Like stun effects, poison effects, sleep effects, you know, silence if you want to slow them. Like there were so many avenues I feel like you could go with this vocation that just wasn't explored. It wasn't explored. But yeah, look, I'm fighting another epic monster, right? So this one, I felt like a matador, right? And my idea, again, being a matador, right? I want the bull to hit the wall so many times he gets a concussion for real. Like right now, right? He out Hulk, bro. Like Manny Pacquiao just hit him in the face. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he should stay the entire fight, my opinion. Right? Look, he hit himself in the face. He don't know what's going on. I'm over here thinking I'm doing the gospel right now. I invented the wheel. It feels great. Okay. And this is this is probably the only monster you can get this sense of, okay, I'm gonna just have this idiot smack himself into a wall until he dies. And you know, hey, he didn't lead a corner. You know what I'm saying? He's confused and he's asleep. And I ain't even put the ailment on him. He's just out there. He's up cold. That concussion really hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurted. That's how much it hurt. But hey, he gone now. He going back to sleep for real. Hey, rest in peace to that guy.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
She's talking about knowledge again, bro. Again, just shoot the arrows. Arrow shooter, please.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Again, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. You know, when you're in a cave, you kind of just want to explore every inch of the cave, right? I don't want to miss any chests and any secret entrances into other mysterious places. I want to find them. Again, that water tomb in the first Dragon's Dogma, which was my favorite location to find because of all the stuff that led into it and all the, like, again, all the secrets and the just the atmosphere and all that stuff.
It's about time we
The puzzles alone, you know, in my opinion, it was a 10 out of 10, even though it was simple. It wasn't very complicated. I'm hoping to find that in this game, and this cave looks big enough to hold something equivalent, right? But to my dismay, it did not. Okay, a little bit of a spoiler, but it did lead to other places, I believe, if this is the right cave.
Very well. I shall return.
Oh, yeah. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, so you know what? Yeah, since I do no damage, it's kind of very important that all my people are around me when this shit hits the fan, because I'm not trying to lose health unnecessarily. Somebody hits me, they gotta die in the next move.
I dare say we've combed every inch of this place now. Why don't we take a moment to examine our spoils? 'Tis what I look forward to most.
She says spoils, and I immediately think, did any of my food spoil? Cause yeah, everybody who plays game like this know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna skip it. All right, check it. So we're on the road again after checking my supplies.
Join our party.
There she go, talking about information again. Like, that's important. Embarking on things unknown. All you gotta know is how to swing your weapon, right? I'm trying to get my clone to get the flying birds aggro, so that way my people have an easier time, you know. Again, like, the fact that the bird was grounded, right? And look at this. Look at this. And now you see why I had to get a new pawn, because that one was obviously not the brightest. So now I gotta go through some treacherous areas with no front line. issues, right, of the class in and of itself. Because if you don't have like decent frontline, or you don't have crazy damage, right, this vocation feels very useless, especially in fights. Because with one person down, right, someone has to pick up that slack. And again, putting it in AI hands is just not. It's not intelligent, right? It's not intelligent. Because these guys, like, your pawns could be the best pawns in the world, but sometimes your pawn just doesn't do shit. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't command it to attack particular monsters. And if you can, somebody let me know in the comments below. Did that man just kick me? Ah! Hey, but you know what? They're gone. They're done. So, yeah. Going more, trying to create more op for this adventure, man.
Like always, everyone has their own reasons for doing battle, but knowing that doesn't make it any easier to join the fray. Tis as you say.
Look, 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 look. That was some paranormal activity. You saw how that man was floating? I turned into Darwin for a second. Paranormal activity! Paranormal activity! I was like, what the heck? He was glowing and floating. He like he was possessed for real. Look, I'm already on the next adventure, right? I'm so used to doing damage by myself. I just wander and I do my own thing, right?
At once, master.
But this vocation, you need somebody, like, you need somebody holding your hand, and it's kind of crazy. I would not be surprised if this vocation is like the least used vocation. Cause like, again, like, what's the point in taunting this guy and getting the aggro, right? I'd argue there is none, right? I feel like it's more necessary to try to win the 1v1, right? And if this location can't even do that, you know what I'm saying? It's, again, you wonder what's the value in it. What's the value? It's good in large scale battle, but in the 1v1s it's mid. Oh, and look at this. I get stuck, bro. I'm thinking to myself, do I throw dust on it and it'll break? Luckily it does, but I'm still stuck for a grip. Oh look, I'm freed from my boxed prison. Oh look, another chest.
This place is like a maze. How it loops back on itself. Or one could easily miss its secrets.
Hey,
There's no use grumbling about it. Aught shall yield to a careful search.
Again, I'm just doing what I can, right? I gotta take aggro. I gotta stall out, wait for my pawns to pull up. I don't know where that guy came from. He came from the ether. That was spooky. He was summoned just like I summoned that clone, and that was some real paranormal activity. Oh yeah, he on fire. Oh yeah. I feel like taunting people into the fire is like, it's good whoops. It's good whoops, for lack of better words.
Oh, they're so simple.
And like the thunder mine too. Very good whoop.
we should have a more
very good
knowledgeable
taunts
pawn
into
join
the
our party.
into the thunder mine, because they don't even move. They just permanently walk into it like flies into a bug zapper. It's kind of funny. But again, if I need a second person to make the joke, it's like, what? She got to be in on the punchline for the joke to work? And like, this man running away from me. I'm like, what? Why are you running? Why are you running? I do no damage. Why are you running?
Give it up. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Look, he got zapped. Like, huh? He walked back into the bug zapper and got blown away. I bet you that blew his mind. And what blows my mind is why these pawns are so goddamn suicidal. They're always killing themselves, falling off cliffs and shit. Like, what's wrong with them?
My thanks. Where would I be without you, Arisen?
Then the thought rolls in my mind. I'm a damage sponge plus medic, but I don't heal and I don't reduce damage. Oh boy. Oh look, there's another big boy in the distance. I'm getting the clone out. I already know what's up. He about to fight for justice. Oh, he's trying to see me. But hopefully he can't see them, you know? He can't see them, and he can't see me. We just gonna have to embody John Cena for real. Oh, it missed. Look, he just sitting in it.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
What are you sitting on, big fella? What are you sitting on? Oh. That was unfortunate.
No effort against this bow, lest we
I do not want him hitting my people. I want him focused on me. Me. I am like that spoiled, that bad personality pop star. I need all the attention. Ooh, and he's trying to sit on my clone? That's crazy. Oh, look, he getting angry. I'm thinking having like just a bunch of long-range people with this vocation might be a good call, but at the same time, I know that in group battle, the long-range people suffer the most. That's why that warrior that I had earlier was kind of necessary, but yeah. Oh, timber! Oh, and he hit his head. God damn. See, and like, this is what I'm talking about too. Like, when they're down on the ground like this, what's the point in taunting them? There's no yield. Like, there's no benefit. Like another situation where this vocation is extremely useless. And these are moments where you want to capitalize the hardest. You want to feel the impact of your vocation and stuff like that, even if it's just me stacking status effects. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least then I'm like, okay, I got my 4 or 5 status effects. They're gonna be chipping his health. It's not gonna be long now until it's the end, right? So, you know what I'm saying? But instead, I'm really worried, or I'm really leaning on my pawns to do something, right? And it's just kind of like, again, I would like more power in my hands. Like, again, I'm using the vocation to the best of its ability, It just needs a little bit more. Just some damage. Some damage, any damage. Yeah, I'm trying to lead him. I'm starting to get used to the teleportation of the Shadow Clone. The crazy thing is too is that like my pawns don't get what my vocation does, so they'll stand next to the clone like it's me, and they get smacked for it. That just tells me that if I want to lure them, I have to make sure I lure them in a place to where my pawns aren't gonna walk. I really do feel like this vocation is all about fishing. Like, I say fishing as I get sat on, which is unfortunate. You never want to get sat on unless it's by, you know, big beautiful women, you know, or just beautiful women, you know, whatever you're into. Oh, and it's over. The baby has been slain. The baby is gone. Alright. So we're moving on.
Let me be the one to collect it. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand.
Again, I'm short-staffed, right? So I'm gonna pick this
A well-organized
mage
pack
up.
is my specialty. Are you fit to travel?
This was low-key probably the smartest decision I made on the fly. Just because of what she can do that I didn't know she could do.
Ingredients are plentiful
Just
hereabouts.
came in handy.
We can
Again,
pick some now
I
and use
am
them when
a
the need
damage sponge
arises.
with no healer. And yeah, my team is a bunch of
This'll
far-range
sharp get the
fools
better of us.
with no
There
front
must
line.
be a
So
way to remove it.
picking her up was a very good choice, and you guys are going to see why in a minute. Dude, I'm over here just like, the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. They're tied up to the bed, laughing at me. Ha ha ha! It compels me, really? It's not that compelling. That was a good movie.
I will protect you.
I swear that movie was called like The End of the World. That movie has so many crazy moments in it too. If you get the uncensored version, man, like, yeah, you're gonna see some wild stuff. That's all I can say. I think it's the end of the world, or the end of the world. This is something with that inflection. It was all like holy too. It was like it was like the rapture was coming and all this stuff. People were getting saved. There's a black comedian in the movie, and I think he like saved somebody, and he was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he just gets beamed up into heaven, and then I remember it was like another one of the main characters. He was getting beamed up, and he was like being a douchebag because he was getting saved. He's like, "Yeah, fuck you all," and all this, that, and the third, and it kind of like slowed down for like on him, and he starts repenting as he's going up. It's just so funny. It's hilarious. I would recommend the movie in a higher regard if I could remember the name. Oh, he's on fire! Throw smoke on him! See, like, again, that ailment, right? Being put ablaze, right? Imagine if because there are some powders that are explosive if they're met by a match, right? So why not employ that for this? You know what I'm saying? Just adding more to the combat style of this vocation. This vocation is great, but it's whack. It's whack. It has its downfalls, right? And its downfalls are pretty apparent. It's only really good in group battle.
We count among our number. And I've no objections.
Listen. Don't listen. I don't know why she needed to point that out, but she pointed it out, and now it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll pop open the chest.
Listen, y'all ever seen Charlie's Angels? No? All right, never mind. I know the younger people are gonna be like, Charlie's Angels? What the hell is that? Y'all look it up. It's a great American movie, and it had some good shows. I'm pretty sure. Like Totally Spies, similar premise. Lucy Wu, one of my favorite actresses, especially when I was young. She was young. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. All right, but here we are. Another battle. And another instance of me getting abused by these ugly creatures.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait right there.
I see the goblins, and I immediately think Goblin Slayer, and I'm just kind of like, why?
I could have done no better.
The crazy thing about that move is that it's a gigantic AoE, and sometimes it pulls monsters that I don't even see. So there's a better example of that near the end. Near the end, it really does encompass that idea. My goal, really, because I'm so far off the reservation, is to find another kingdom to like get to, save that, and then like, you know, venture over. But let's see if we can get there. This journey seems a little arduous. I feel like at this point, I really need to figure out how to possess monsters, because there is no other way for me to assist in battle other than possession, and I don't know how to do that right now. Like, I saw in the tutorial of the vocation that there was a way to do it, and I've been trying to do it the entire time, and it's not yielding any benefit to me, and and again, it's too much to ask for my pawns, right, to do this, to do all the combat by themselves. They're just not built for that. They're really not. Like, Hazel's built to OHKO big monsters that I don't want to deal with, and everybody else is literally just support for Hazel. So my original job was to kill the group battles. Like, I'm supposed to slay that shit, and then the big battles, everybody just joins hands, cover Hazel, while Hazel just one shots, right? So
And mind the ceiling.
the fact that I can't do that right now, it puts my team dynamic in disarray. The fact that I can't do anything other than taunt them does that as well, so it's kind of annoying. But again, like, I want to max this. I want to get this vocation to at least level 9, just to say that I know what this vocation does. I kind of want to do that with all the vocations in the game, in hopes that they put new vocations in this game. Because again, I feel like this game is great, and they could add like some very simple things to make this game last for a long time. In my last video, I was talking about like the Magi anime, and how there were dungeons, and daijins in the dungeons, right, to where you could battle and gain their powers and whatnot, right? You don't necessarily need to give the players new abilities. Maybe you give them, say, a unique effect, or like special gear that you can't find, right? But making that dungeon something that's infinite and that it doesn't expire, like in Dragon's Dogma Dark Rising near the end, it makes so much sense for this style of game, because you guys have already done it before. You just revamp it, right, and you bring it back in different ways, right? Because it doesn't have to be one tower; it could be multiple towers with different personalities, right? And you know, the game just lasts for longer. It could essentially last forever, so long as the dungeons are impactful and interesting, right? And the monsters are unique and fun to fight, right? So, you know what I mean? It could perceivably go on forever. You know, there are options, right? So, yeah. You beat a Daijin and you get one wish granted to you and a fuck ton of money. At a point, the money's irrelevant, but you know, starting out, getting a bunch of money could just be a game changer. Or like, again, if you're at the end of the game, getting a bunch of money could just, again, propel you to buy like these houses in different locations. Again, if they put DLC where you can make houses in like these cave areas, like how we found that one dragon guy, like, and you just make the barrier, the money that you give them from the dungeons. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this kind of infinite loop. I'm expecting a monster to come out of that, but it's just like,
Let us pick ourselves up.
I think it's
dust
glitched.
ourselves off and try not to slip up again.
Look, and she's talking about slipping up. She is giving me very negative foreshadowing that I don't appreciate. So.
Here we go again. Give no quarter. Tis easily done.
Again, I'm trying to just like be annoying with the taunt, because again, I understand that if I do my job correctly, they're either going to be taunted on one of two things, me or my clone. So that gives the ladies enough time to conjure spells, shoot arrows, do what they gotta do, right?
I'd prefer to stay far away from it. 'Tis like there's not some manner of trap. Quite right. Let sleeping dogs lie, as they say.
Oh, dang. Here we go again. There's a big Bertha somewhere around here. Where are you, big fella? Oh, you're right there. You just, you know what I'm saying? Throw my fart gas out there. Get everybody on the same program. Hey, don't look at them. Look at me.
I should like to see the double.
See, like, once I get good at possession, right? I wonder if I can take one of these guys on a joyride.
When our curatives run out, we're done for. Let me think of that
Look,
one.
look. You heard how negative Nancy that lady is? Oh my god, bro.
Opponent makes the easy
Come
play.
on, man.
Tis easily done.
No cap, I didn't even recognize that spell was a spell until later. You guys noticed when I noticed it. And I just get sat on, bro. How embarrassing, bro. I'm over here just trying to do my taunt job, bro. I'm just trying to taunt. And I guess I taunted him to toot that ass back. And that I don't know how to feel about that.
Upset the moon's balance and will fall to the ground. From there, our victory is all but assured. I'd not dare attempt to put it alone, but together, I think we can manage it.
I'm just trying to get him not to look at my pawns, bro. No cap, it's hard for me to figure out if like my taunt is working in this instance. Hey, but that Thunder Mine is. See, the Cyclops isn't even something that, even though this is taking a long time in my opinion, right? The Cyclops isn't the problem, man. Like, you guys will see what I'm talking about. There's There's one monster in particular I hate fighting because you have to follow a specific criteria to kill the monster, and in any normal circumstance, it's tedious, right? But that tedium leads to victory at the end so long as you follow the rules, right? But with this vocation, I feel like you can't follow the rules. You're not even in the right. You're not even in the right like
Leave the finding of
area
enhancing
space
materials to me,
to
Master.
even
I
follow
shall
the rules. Like again, once that fight shows itself, rears its head, I'll
Sniff.
point it out, and it'll be apparent. It'll be apparent.
I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
Please dispense with the formality.
Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? She was a good archer, but right now I think I'm gonna be stacking mages, cause that healing again makes that the one lady that I got very, very clutch.
Naught feels quite so wasteful.
Ah, shit!
Best we refrain from using her.
How did I get sneak attacked, man?
Holy power, which will serve us but little against it.
Well, let me summon this guy because I'm safe right now, right? A shadow clone jutsu type shit. I accidentally canceled the shadow clone. Love to see it, love to see it. Shadow clone, jutsu. I got the taunt going on.
Right where it hurts. Ensure your next attack is no less perfect.
I'm thinking when they're knocked down, this is where I go for the possession, but I don't have that available to me in this adventure, so we're just gonna keep that in the back of our minds for next time. Alright, another battle done and dusted. You know? And honestly, this adventure is, in my opinion, I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying?
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't
Using
you?
a new toy and a very challenging adventure, still coming up a dub. You know what I'm saying? Even though there are some challenges, you know, but there are challenges to everything, and I'm loving it like McDonald's. Wow! Why is there a lizard right there? He asleep too. he hit the wall like the rhino did. Hey, ain't no way. Dead end. Again, just trying to remember I can summon that thing.
I'll get that for you.
See, but like again, there was an entrance that I was my peepers were peeping at, and I don't know where it is. So we're gonna backtrack, and boom, there it is. So now I am going up. It looks like we're going up, and it's not even a Tuesday. I got all these girls on my collar, and they're not even choosing. But you know, we're going up, and it's not even Tuesday. Oh, here we go.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Stay with me, Elizabeth. Wait a moment.
Like that does 0 damage. How did I blow myself up? Like what? Hello? That's what I wanted to do when that one lizard was on fire. That one, I think it was a goblin actually. That one goblin was on fire. Add some like gunpowder into my incense burner and blow that man up. Make it to where I don't blow up though. If I possess the monster and my pawns attack the monster I possess while it's being possessed, I would argue this vocation is low-key useless. Cause like the added effect, that thing that's gonna do damage, right, in battle, would be usurped by the AI of the pawn, right? Look, it's alive! No, it's not. Okay. I had to make sure. Oh, look, and then I see this thing. I'm like, oh, let me just hit it. Let me just hit it. Whoa! In that instance, I thought, damn, did I just kill myself? I fell down in a ravine and I died like that baby did earlier.
Unbelievable.
Look. I did all of that and nothing happened. I just got wet. Giggity. Hey, yo, watch out for that boulder. And then I got a fairy stone.
Naught compares to the
Very
thrill
nice.
of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable. Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Yeah, there is definitely room for improvement. Again, this vocation right now, at this point, I think about level 4 or 5. So when I go back into a major town and I get level ups for my vocation, it's gonna definitely, like, there's gonna be changes. There's gonna be growth, right? And that's what this adventure was mainly about. Especially because I wanted to try a new vocation, see some new places, or at least, you know, see what more of what the map has in store for me, right? I'm kind of disappointed in in Sandland, in the Sand City, primarily because I haven't really seen a lot of quests that I can partake in, and I wonder if that's because of the pawn discrimination. But at the same time, I'm not trying to stay in the area for too long and get caught up in some random pawn discrimination and have to kill somebody because they're disrespecting Hazel in front of my salad like that. So, you know. Oh, look, another chest. Money! Money, 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 says Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, and see, look, a weapon with an element on it, and it's with a vocation that I have, right? So my next idea is to, cause I still, though, there's an elf mission, right, that I have, and I have to switch my vocation to archery to complete the quest for the elf, right? So if that, and this is a hypothesis, right? If that elf quest gives me the vocation of the magic archer, then I'm gonna switch my vocation up. I'm gonna turn Hazel into melee, right? For a little bit, and she's gonna test out that sword for me. Or maybe it was like a flail. It didn't look really sword-like, but again, you'll tell better when it's in your hand, right? The fact that it does light element too means that it's probably gonna be really good for moving in the dark, because if memory serves, the monsters in the dark are really into that. Bro, he's just sitting there getting zapped, bro. As I'm trying to exercise his goddamn soul, bro. Now, I'm just gonna keep talking about this vocation, because what else am I gonna do, right? Imagine, because this vocation is all about controlling what the target focuses on, right? Imagine if this vocation has some mind control, like the elevation in the ability is from, okay, focus on this, into now I control you, right? The possession, right? You know,
Out of the cave at last.
No tale of adventure would be
I just
complete
want to get
without a good
the
cave.
possession function now and see how
You have my
it
support.
works in battle. Like I'm getting the itch for it now that I'm like fully understanding the vocation, right? I wonder what the limits are too, because can I possess the ghosts? Are the ghosts possessible? You know, I need to find a lich and possess them, because then they create a skeleton army, right? And then all of a sudden I have like an army of skeletons just to like do my bidding for a little bit, so long as the possession lasts, you know. I wonder if you can chain possess a monster, or if after the first time it's impossible. Look at the spell she casts every single time. I did not notice that until now. I promise you, someone did actual magic in front of me and the sky looked like that, I'm gonna be like, bro, what did you have to do that? Like, how much, what did you read, you know? Emerald tablets? Did you have to like give somebody a thumb? How much blood did you have to donate, you know? Oh look, I actually got 6 in that battle. I got level 6 and I didn't even do shit. I was literally just watching everybody do their job for real. I'm over here just like making sure everything smells nice as they're killing people, you know what I'm saying?
I could look upon this
I'm the
sky for
walk,
all
like this
eternity.
vocation feels like the walking candlestick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Keep gazing
I'm
up
burning,
and
I'm
then like
burning,
stumble over.
I'm burning apple cinnamon, you know what I'm saying? When it gets real crazy, I get the blueberry ocean breeze going, you know what I'm saying? And then if I get really spicy, I get like, you know, some like jalapeno cinnamon zest, and that really gets everybody going, you feel me?
My back. What do you want? I'm in no mood.
That man was like, my neck,
back's a
my
fire.
back,
Mine.
my balls,
Say
and
no
my
to
crack.
something.
Oh my god. I thought I had the plants that he needed to help his jacked up back, but homie gonna have to hold that until I can find
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
the right plants for him.
This seems a decent spot for a
Hey,
campsite.
for those who know,
The hour
you know what
may
I'm
be
saying? I'm
growing
trying to
late,
fight it real
but
hard
I
not to
make
make a
no
joke
need
about
for
it, but
rest
you know what I'm
just yet.
saying? Yeah, he needs his plants to help his back, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know who that is, but I'm just trying to get ready to throw that incense in his face. I hope he likes apple cinnamon, or she.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm so thankful
Different
that these
combinations
guys
of
are
materials
actually
result
picking
in
up
different creations.
material now. Like, me picking up everything was kind of annoying. Like, obviously you guys see me picking up everything. Y'all need to be picking up everything too. I do not, like, again, I can't designate y'all to pick up shit, but I'd appreciate it if I didn't have to tell y'all to pick up shit. Y'all see me pick up shit, just pick up the shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, huh. His ass got set ablaze for real. You know what I'm saying? That was good taunting. That was good taunting.
If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
But again, that was a 4v1. Like, okay. If that was a struggle, you know what I'm saying? I'd switch off this vocation ASAP. Oh hey, where'd he
Would
come
not
from?
be unwelcome for an ally to appear for once. We were battle ready when they found us. This shan't take long.
Oh,
Of course.
shocking, isn't it? He didn't leave the area of the mine.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
not going near the ocean again. I already seen what else is there to be seen at the water other than fishing for some fish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move forward. I saw a town in the distance. That town is my goal, and then hopefully, if I make it, the video ends. You know. Gotta keep my stamina high because I need that stamina for battle. Yeah, we're not going down there. It smells like death down there, and I did not bring enough incense. Oh dear God! It's a purple rock monster. You know what? It's cool because I fuck with his color design, and I fuck with purple. So you know what? Hopefully the material I get from him can make some of my stuff purple. That would make me happy. But look. I feel like for this battle in particular, if you could make him do damage in this battle only, the vocation has viability. It has viability. More viability than what it has right now. I am hitting this man with the intent not to taunt him, to kill him. Why do I need to taunt a gigantic rock? I mean, obviously there's a reason, and you see why in this fight, literally, right? Because of how this fight goes, right? But yeah, we're just gonna watch, and y'all get your popcorn, cause we gonna be here for a minute. I'ma spoil that much. We gonna be here for a minute. All right. I hate this battle because this battle always tends to take me a very long time. I have to, if y'all don't know, the glowing spots on this rock monster are the only way to hurt him. You hit anything else and you're hitting a rock for real. It's not going to avail you anything, right? So hit the glowing spots, kill the rock monster. That is the goal of this. There are no other people around, so there's no reason to taunt too much. You know what I'm saying? If he's focusing my people, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I taunt him to gain aggro, to control the fight a little bit more. But they're like, you know what I'm saying? This fight, you don't need to taunt too much. You just need to kill the glowing stuff. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting stomped on. Look, he freezes too in the fight to help you get to his weak spots. You know what I'm saying? But the vocation does no damage, so it doesn't matter. Now, if I can control this guy, like if I could possess this guy, that would be crazy. But it would also be annoying because if he breaks out of the possession, right, and my people can't just kill this man instantly, like, it's just annoying. I feel like if, like, again, this is where the whole, like, I control your mind, so I could just shut it off while I have control of it kind of comes into play. If I could, like, drain the pawns that I have controlled, and their health, like, becomes my stamina or whatever, that'd be cool. And then that way it, like, circumnavigates me having to figure out how to kill this fucker after he breaks out of my possession. But I digress, right? But I ain't trying to get stomped on no more. No sir, no sir, no sir. Look, I'm trying to, because he's stomping on my people, right? I gotta taunt him. I gotta control the fight. Gotta make sure he's looking at me or my clone. Me or my clone. Yeah. Look, I'm hitting him. Am I doing damage, guys? Bring out the measuring tape. Did I do damage? I hit him in the spot. But did it do damage? I had like a devious idea, and I'm trying to see if I can implement it, but there are no other monsters around, right? So it's like, ah, shucks, what else can I do other than what I am doing? Hee-hoo. So yeah, we're just gonna try and persevere through this battle. I feel like after this battle is done, there's gonna be nothing else to stop me from moving to that town that I saw in the distance, right? That's what this whole journey hopefully leads to, is a town at the end of this tunnel. Look. And then all of a sudden, this guy pulls up out of nowhere. Like, who called you over here? You know what I'm saying? The fire did nothing to him, which is interesting. But you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna hope this man dies to the smell of my incense. DPS died. Good. Gotta revive my DPS. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I'll redeem myself yet.
Again, like, if this monster didn't have specific spots to hit to kill, this battle would be a lot more manageable, right? And I'm not saying like this battle isn't manageable. It's just a lot harder than what it needs to be. And the only way I could see this battle becoming easier is one or two things, right? Not picking this location or giving this location actual damage. Yeah, you know me, I gotta collect my resources. Even though I have not found a single item that uses that for an upgrade, I will find one eventually. If y'all saw my chest that I keep at my houses, bro, y'all know I collect everything. Other than the gold teeth, I sell those.
Look out, Risen! We're under attack!
I'll take your gold teeth from your mouth and pawn them. Ouch. I need help up. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, there's a griffin too. See, this is what I'm talking about. Battle go on too long, and look what happened. Look what happened.
Prepare yourself!
Calamity strikes. Now who gonna kill the griffin? My whole party focused on this rock monster, this rocky motherfucker, looking like the thing's ugly cousin. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta fight Bird Brain over there. Bro, my grill ain't even on yet. I ain't even got the right stuff to cook you. But you know what I'm gonna say. Here we go. Here it go. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We gonna persevere. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we win this. Right now, I don't know. I had that idea that I had earlier to have two big monsters fight each other is now becoming realer by the second, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it in real time. Right? Okay. So let's see if I can show you guys the vision, right? The vision that was in my mind. Look. They're on the ground right now, right? So I gotta set up. Where's my pawn? I'm not even thinking about my pawn right now. Where's my pawn at? Look, I got him in the right spot. Hold on.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Right spot, but no one's fighting.
The charge!
I was like, wait. Look, and he shot the griffin, right? But I couldn't see if it did damage. If this did no damage, I'm actually pissed, and this vocation is useless, right? But hold on. I'm gonna try again because I did not see it. I could not tell if it did damage. I want this to do damage. If I can make them fight for me, this is like Sokka when he was learning how to use the sword. These are my vocation is the sword, and these guys are my trees, and they're going to fight for me. They're like the bamboo. But my real goal is to get the griffin to kill the rock monster for me. If I can get this griffin to somehow kill this rock, the match is infinitely easier. It becomes so easy, like it's damn near assured, right? So this rock got to go. Public enemy number 1 is this rock. Oh look, and I got him to bite him, right? Poggers, right? But not in a spot that does damage. Damn it. So it's like, you know what? We're gonna keep trying. I like the kaiju battle. You know what I'm saying? The rock punches the griffin in the face. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna win? Place your bets. The griffin, the rock, or me? You know who has my money? And it's gonna be me. I never not bet on myself, alright? The griffin sees what I'm trying to do, right? And he's like, nah, man, I'm dive bombing now. He's jumping on the rock, bro. This is like low-key a wet dream if it did damage, and it's not doing any damage, so I'm a little upset. They tackle each other, bro. This is epic, man. All right, this is like King Kong versus Godzilla in my mind, right? Who is gonna come out on top, bro? Place your bets. They're puppets in my hand, bro. And you know what? I'm pulling the strings right. My mage died. My carry's dead, but it's okay so long as I stick to the plan, boy. I stick to the plan. We're here. We're trying to win it. All right. Look. If he shoots the griffin right now, look. I swear it did damage. I swear it did damage. Who else is there to knock the griffin down? Not I. Not I. So look, I'm trying to get him to do it again. That laser beam could just kill the griffin right now. Look, he punches the griffin's face while he's unconscious, bro. I'm thinking to myself, I am such a genius, but I know somebody out there probably is as crazy as me doing the same thing and doing it better. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let me have this. I'm trying to get the griffin attention back on the rock monster, guys. This is like gambling for me right now, and we're all on black, baby. We're trying to see it. We're not trying to sell a house though, but we're putting the car up. You know what I'm saying? For collateral, it's up there. You know what I'm saying? Who is going to win, guys? The griffin or the rock? Who is gonna win? And then I'm gonna kill the winner. Hopefully, let's figure it out, guys. Look. The griffin's falling like the baby did. In my mind, the griffin's like, bro, I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I don't like it. I'm out of here. Peace. But I'm like, bro, listen, as long as you didn't kill nobody and you stay over there, we good, King. Alright? This rock is, again, public enemy #1. I want him out of here. I want him out of here like the umpire throws people out of baseball games, bro. I need him out of here. Alright? So, again, I wish that fire did percent damage on his foot, because that foot is what I need to get like damage on. You know what I'm saying? So, again, high pressure situation. We need to kill this rock. Nothing I do is doing anything to this rock, man. And I'm thinking, man, what this vocation needs. This is the first time, or the third time, the thought in my mind, damn, this vocation needs damage, bro. Like, it really needs some damage, bro. It like that whole griffin rock battle thing that I kind of instigated, right, would have been infinitely easier if I could either do damage or add status effects to them. Infinitely easier. But again, I digress. The griffin's in another battle with some other people that I have no idea about, right? So, and some other people have joined the fray as well. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what it do. I'm gonna taunt him, and I'm gonna try to get the rock to kill him. I'm not gonna lie. The rock is a pretty good pawn right now, and you know what? I'm not leaving until the rock's dead. I'm committed at this point. I've just instigated a Pokemon battle, you know what I'm saying, in a different video game, and now I just want to see how far I can go. Okay, so we're here. We're here. We're still trying to kill this rock. This rock is seeming kind of impervious, kind of looking like the Berlin Wall right now, or the Chinese Great Wall. You know, very hard to get across. And you know what? I'm just trying to see the town. You know what I'm saying? So we're here. We're here. I'm vibing. I'm trying to get all my people in a line of sight so I can see what their health is looking like. You know what I'm saying? I saw why the warrior was over there now. He was about to die, or she was about to die. But hey, you know what? We're still here. We're still here. Oh dear God, dude! I'm telling you. Look. Last bar of health, guys. Last bar of health. I'm literally the SpongeBob meme where he's like, "Let's go," and he has the controller in his hand and he has the headset on. That is me right now. We made it, guys. We're here. It's almost over. Let's wrap this bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's shooting laser beams. All right, he's seen them laser beams. if the Griffin gets involved again, I'm gonna use them laser beams to kill the Griffin. I promise you. I promise you. I see it. Y'all see it. We're going for it. All right. I'm just hoping my warrior can just hit the spots she needs to hit to where this man falls forever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see this rock getting up anymore. It's stressing me out. You know what I'm saying? This fight's gone on too long. A Griffin got involved, bro. I don't even know where the Griffin at, but I know he's gonna come back at some point. You know what I'm saying? I hope not, but you know, it's just how I feel right now. You know, so just gotta get rid of this rock, man. And you know what? 25% just about gone. You know, and I'm feeling really good about it. You know what I'm saying? If I come off the winner of this fight, bro, we're going to Sizzler. If I can afford it, and I can't. So, you know what? I'll make a Sizzler in my room right now. I don't care. I'll Google a recipe, bro. I don't care. Look, I see from purple to red. I'm thinking, is this a stage 2, or did this battle take a little too long? I'm getting nervous. He two-shot 2 people and a Griffin. So 3 people by accident. Man is hot right now. That's probably why he's red. I'm glad that missed me, but you know what I'm saying? Look, he's about to shoot laser beam. He's getting grumpy. Hey, don't shoot it at me, big fella. Hey yo, chill, G, chill. And we lose it. No way. We lost? All right, guys, but I'm gonna call it here. What an adventure, right? I'm gonna have to catch y'all in the next one. I gotta go.